your time is coming, show it out. One hand to the top, keep it going, we don't stop. One hand straight away, popping like an 808. One hand, do it now, it's your moment, make it count. We got one hand.
Last man in this game, 터진 바람 앞던 날 뛰니 눌러 꽉 모든 chain 원래 역전이 더 짜릿한 밥이지 눈을 쏠려 from the whole world 공은 던져 잡고 다 숨죽여 till the end 너야 sub-zero to honey yeah this is my home ground don't memory crowd wanted to the top goes like whoosh 떠나가기 질러 get loud 나가세 내 곁에 my team 믿고 달린 I steal the scene make a new history top of the big scene one hit to the top keep it coming we don't stop one hit straight away popping like an 808 one hit do it now it's your moment make it count one hit we got one hit
pega tu posición y representa tu país soy el jugador que se creció pero no olvida su raíz estoy pensando en toda mi gente mientras recorro la base firme pase lo que pase vamos por encima esa es la frase sube el volumen cuando llegue mi turno al bate que esto es el clásico mundial ponte ready para el desempate hay que jugar con el corazón darlo todo en el terreno esa es mi pasión con orgullo trae tus colores porque luego ya comenzó we don't stop
one hand to the top keep it going we don't stop one hand straight away pumping like an 808 one hand do it now it's your moment make it count one hand we got one hand
inside LoanDepot Park in Miami, Florida. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Colorado Rockies taking on the Miami Marlins. First pitch coming your way next. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Eury Perez. What do you look for here?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
Coming up on the first pitch, Jake McCarthy digging in for the Rockies. And we're off and rolling in Miami.
Oh!
That one missed. To the right side. Norby takes it to the bag, and the first out of the game is an easy one. Time to check out the Rockies lineup. With an excellent arm on the mound, Singy, this won't be easy. They'll need to take advantage of the opportunities that they do have.
You're right about that, Boog. Odds are they won't have many chances against this guy, but if they can rattle him out of the gates, they'll have a shot. If not, look out. It might be a long day for this offense.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Hunter Goodman. There's a swing and a drive. And that's a foul ball.
A little tardy on that fastball. He's going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
This one in the air. Norby under it. And there's two away.
Batting third, left fielder, Willie Castro.
This is Willie Castro. On the ground, right side, Norby. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Now the Marlins will see what they can do. No score. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. We go to the bottom of the first, and towing the slab for Colorado in this one, Jaden Hill. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
He may not dominate, but he always keeps the club in the game. If you can score runs, you have a really good chance to win with him on the mound today.
Jacob Marcy now at the plate. Ripped on a line to center. Doyle under this one. And there's one away. Take a look at the lineup. Singy, we're looking at a young lineup here. Not much experience, but they're going to bring a lot of energy to the field.
Yeah, and that's just it, Boog. We expect this lineup to play hard no matter what. They are an exciting group to watch.
Xavier Edwards, the next up for the Marlins. Line drive, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Now it's the DH, Agustin Ramirez. Liner, base hit. Makes the turn at second, heads for third. Throw comes into third, and they're at the corners with only one out.
Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Liam Hicks will hit next. A bunt, and it's right in front of the plate. Julian to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe as they jump ahead and run scores. First and second, one out. Otto Lopez. And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. Puts a bunt down. Tosses to first. Runners advance on a good sac bunt.
Batting six, right fielder, Owen Casey.
And up next for Miami, Owen Casey.
It's early, but these at-bats can impact the game just as much as they do later. Here's a chance to set the tone early for your team.
There's a swing and a miss.
This might be the most pressure you put on this guy today. You got one run in, you got to try to get another one or maybe two.
Two on, two outs. Puts a bunt down. Flips it. He's safe. A little bunt single. The next to hit. Puts a bunt down. Play it home. He's safe. And they're up by 3. First and second, 2 outs. Connor Norby getting ready to hit. Puts a bunt down, and that goes foul. The 0-1. And he lays one down the left side. And a foul ball. Sets him down on strikes. They limit the damage here. They strike for 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a couple left on. Second inning coming up here in South Florida. It's the Marlins 3 and the Rockies nothing. Back here in Miami, so in now for Colorado, Ezequiel Tovar.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game. Right now, behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes, no free passes. You can't allow that.
Matthew Ross umpiring behind home plate for us in this one. He's got a reputation for having a bit of a wide strike zone, Chris.
Yeah, no doubt, Boog. He rewards pitchers when they're working the edges and sometimes a little bit beyond that. So for the hitters, just have to really be aware. Don't miss your pitch when you get it early in the count.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Batting fifth, first baseman, TJ Rumfield.
Now it's the rookie first baseman. Misses again, 5 in a row. The 1-0. Can't find it here. That's 6 straight balls.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
That is 6, right fielder, Troy Johnston.
Troy Johnston digging in for the Rockies. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. First and second, no outs. Here at the top of the second. Next offering upstairs. Way inside, gets out of the way.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Goes down looking.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Stepping in, Brenton Doyle. 2 on, 1 out. In the dirt, blocked. To third, tag, save. And a wild pitch, and both runners are in scoring position.
Got to take advantage of this opportunity now because of the wild pitch. They've got 2 runners in scoring position. Good time for the hitter to lock in, put the ball in play hard somewhere.
That misses. Ball 2.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Knee high, that's in for a strike. Tapped in front of the plate. Tosses to first, 2 away. Kyle Carroll digging in for the Rockies. Fouled off. He was late. 2 on, 2 outs. Swing, and he popped it up. Casey on his way over. He's got it. And that is that. 2 left for Colorado. They trail in this one 3-0. Back here at LoanDepot Park. And now for the Marlins, Graham Pauley. Crush, left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. So he goes the opposite way with that one. And they add to their lead. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that. And probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Back to the top of the Miami order. Here's the center fielder, Jacob Marcy. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
So you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Drops a bunt down the first base side. The throw to first. He's out. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Second baseman,
Xavier Edwards, the next up for the Marlins. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Lays down a bunt to the right side. And he just beats him to the bag, gets the out. He wins the foot race there.
For the Marlins, designated hitter, Agustin.
2 down, bases empty. Next is the designated hitter, Agustin Ramirez. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up. Gets the bunt down the right side. And a foul ball. The 0-1. Puts a bunt down. Play made. That ends the inning. One for the Marlins on the solo shot. It's now a 4-0 ball game.
How you gonna finish? Gotta get to the business. They watching, they witnessing. Got a record, I break it like Guinness. Oh yeah, he's top of the league. Oh yeah, don't play with a kid. You know what the time is. Checking the wrist. I'm back on the side.
Back here in Miami, all set for the start of the inning. Edouard Julien digging in for the Rockies. Julien in his 3rd season, 26 years old, and he was born in Canada. That one missed. And another ball. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Up next for Colorado, the designated hitter, Jake McCarthy.
So the Rockies lineup turns over. Jake McCarthy digs in now. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. That one misses. That's 5 straight.
Well, these Rockies doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They've worked 3 walks already, so that proves they're not anxious up there. They're sticking to their game plan, and it's working.
The 1-0. In the dirt, throws to second. Tag, save at second. And good hustle to move up. That's a wild pitch.
Definitely trying to work down and get that double play ball, but it got away enough to erase any chance of that. Good job of moving up in the scoring position. Now a hit could make that wild pitch really sting.
Man at second. That one not close. Ball 3. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Up next for Colorado, catcher Hunter Goodman.
First and second, no outs. Hunter Goodman now at the plate. He's 0 for 1.
Here's an opportunity. If you're going to get back in this game, you have to take advantage of this situation. This feels like their chance.
Not close with that one. And that's ball 2.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Now 3-0.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
That one at triple digits. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Tracks it down for the out. Runner tags at second.
Up next for Colorado.
And here's a look at how he's
Castro.
using his pitches in this one.
Well, he's known for that 4-seamer, Boog, and we've seen plenty of it from him today. You don't throw one pitch this much without having plenty of confidence in it. And right now he's shutting this lineup out, so we might stick with it.
Castro, the next to hit, takes outside. In the dirt. But no advance from the runners. Two on, 1 out. Swings through that.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
The 3-1. There's a strike.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes.
This one in the air, center field. Marcy on the move. He makes the grab. Runner tagging and heading for home. He's in on the sacrifice fly. It's 4-1.
Up next for Colorado, shortstop Ezequiel Tovar.
Ezequiel Tovar digging in for the Rockies. He reached on a walk his first time. Runner on the go. Pitches high. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
2 outs is a great time to try to steal second, especially when you have a guy with some wheels on first. Defense probably knew it was coming, but figured we better focus on trying to get this hitter out.
Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Outside.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
The pitch timer expired before he started his windup, so that's a ball. And there's the automatic. McCarthy on at second with 2 down. Fastball for a strike.
If you're not ready for that pitch, you're just going to swing and miss or pop it up, waste the at bat. You're going to let it go. You better be ready to swing it.
3-2. Swings through it for the catch. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. So they scratch across a run here on no hits, no errors, and a man left. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Marlins 4 and the Rockies 1. Back here at LoanDepot Park. Now here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Liam Hicks. And that one ripped to left. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the Marlins, shortstop.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Otto Lopez. Now a screamer into the outfield. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Not stopping. He's going for 3. The relay in there. He's safe.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
One down, runner at third. Owen Casey, the next up for the Marlins. A bunt and it's popped up. Not in time. Great effort, but it's an infield hit.
Oh, you can tell he was stiffing that hit all the way. Great hustle getting down the line.
Runners at the corners here. Run away. Griffin Pona, the next to hit. Bunts it back towards the pitcher. To Tovar. Throw to first, but he beat it.
I promise you there are guys that get a little bit faster when they can smell an RBI. That was a possible inning-ending double play. Great hustle, and he gets rewarded with the RBI because of it.
Now, Connor Norby. Struck out looking at his first at bat. And he pops up the bunt. Full extension, makes the catch. What a play. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 3 innings complete. Marlins 5 and the Rockies 1. Start of the fourth. So in now for Colorado, number 7. Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. So a man at first. Troy Johnston will hit next. He's 0 for 1. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. The Rockies yet to pick up a hit here. Misses again, 5 in a row. So a walk puts runners at first and second. First and second, no outs. Brenton Doyle digging in for the Rockies. 0 for 1 so far.
Maybe losing command a little bit after the walk. Next pitch, not even close.
Swings and misses. And it's a ball and a strike. The Rockies with a chance to get back into it. Top half of inning number 4. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Carrying well. Out of here. A 3-run homer, and they cut into the lead.
Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
So digging in, Kyle Karros. Flied to right his first time.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
And the 1-0.
No, that pitch not even close. A 2-0 count now. He can't be over aggressive. He's got to make sure that pitch is right on a tee for him.
That one misses, and that's ball 3. In the air, right field. Casey on the move to the gap. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. So up next, Edouard Julien. He walked and came around to score his first time up. That one missed. Down. And that one is in for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. Payoff pitch. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Up next for Colorado, the designated hitter, Jake McCarthy.
So back to the top of the order. And here is Jake McCarthy. Third baseman playing on the edge of the grass looking for the sac bunt.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn two, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get two and end up with nothing. Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0. He's put himself in a really good spot.
Pitch misses, and now 3-0. Lifted in the air, right center field. Brings it in.
Up next for Colorado, catcher Hunter Goodman.
Hunter Goodman getting ready to hit. Julian, the runner at first with 2 gone. And that one missing low. Next pitch, not close, up high. Willie Castro in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Right through there for a strike. Laboring here, about to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. Next offering is fouled back.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. And that's a strikeout. Matthew Ross says he went around. But the Marlins get 3 on the homer. It's now a 5-4 ball game. Welcome back, and they turn to a new arm as we kick off the bottom of the 4th. Tomoyuki Sagano.
Well, they didn't get much length out of their starter in this one, so they've got a lot of outs to eat up in that bullpen. I think they'll look for some length out of him right here if they can get it.
Now the third baseman, Graham Pauley.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
That smash towards center. Doyle has a beat on it, and there's one away.
Up next for the Marlins, center fielder
Jacob Marcy now at the plate. That one hammered center field. Way back there, it's got a chance. Reaching for it and brings it in.
I tell you what, this is a really cool feeling when you can make that kind of catch over the shoulder. Doesn't happen very often. It's not easy, but he made it look easy right there. Nice job.
Xavier Edwards, the next up for the Marlins. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. Dives, but he kicks off his glove. Around first, digging for 2. It's low and bounces into center. Doesn't get too far away, so no one moves up.
Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field, so that definitely felt good.
And now here's the Marlins DH, Agustin Ramirez, 1 for 2. That's ripped into the outfield. Can't get there. Should be extra bases. Red comes in for second. The relay throw. And he's there for the double.
Well done. Drives in the run. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Liam Hicks, the next to hit. Bunts it in the air. Grabs it on the run. And that's the inning. Marlins get a run in the RBI double. It's a 2-run lead now at 6-4. Here in Miami, we go to the top of the 5th. Willie Castro digging in for the Rockies.
Well, these Rockies showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They've been able to get a lot of hitters on base today thanks to the 6 walks they've been gifted, and I would imagine the pitching coach is losing his mind over in that other dugout.
Way high with that one. Ball 3. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Up next for Colorado, shortstop Ezequiel Tovar.
Ezequiel Tovar digs in now. A strikeout and a walk. That one misses. That's 5 straight. Six straight outside the strike zone. Castro gets his lead at first with nobody out. And that misses as well. Out towards right center field. Makes the grab.
Up next for Colorado, first baseman TJ Rumfield.
And here's the first baseman. Ball 1 there. So 2 balls and no strikes. Man at first, 1 away. And another ball. Now fly ball to right center. He's got it.
Up next for Colorado, right fielder Troy Johnston.
Next to hit, Troy Johnston. He is struck out and he is walked. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. There's a ball. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Yeah, I like being aggressive right there with 2 outs. It's kind of a classic steal situation. You get thrown out, no big deal. That guy at the plate leads off the next inning. Now, a single to the outfield can push a run across.
Man at second.
Now, our next pitch he throws will be pitch number 100 as he tries to battle through a tough situation here in the 5th. Now, just about to hit that century mark, 100 pitches for this game.
That one misses, and now 3-0. And on second, 2 down. That one lifted to left. And that is that. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Marlins 6 and the Rockies 4. Back here at LoanDepot Park, this offense has lifted them to a lead with plenty of hits so far in this one as we look at the spray chart.
Yeah, when a team has this many knocks, a lot of the time it gets clustered to one side or another. Not today. They're hitting it all over the field.
Lopez, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike 1. Stirring in the Colorado bullpen, Jimmy Herget preparing to come on if needed. Feltner also getting ready. 0-1 now. Lifted to left center, way back there, and that is gone. He circles the bases, and they add a run. It's 7-4. That one just sounded different.
And it might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Owen Casey, the next up for the Marlins. Drops a bunt down the first base side. Not in time. That's a bunt single.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate.
Here's the left fielder, Griffin Conant. Lays down a bunt to the right side. They get the force as they pass up the chance at the double play. So digging in, Connor Norton.
And remember, he was absolutely robbed of a base hit last time up.
Gets the bunt down the right side. Goes to second for 1. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Up next for the Marlins, third baseman, Graham Pauley.
And at the plate for Miami, Graham Pauley. He's already homered in this game. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. See you later. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add a pair. It's 9-4.
First pitch hacking, and it paid off for him in a big way. Another one? 2 home runs from a player not typically in the spotlight for power. Man, you've got to soak up these performances because they just don't happen every day.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Tomoyuki Sagano done for the afternoon. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Ryan Feltner on a pitch here.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Jacob Marcy. 0 for 3 in this one. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. What a play, inning over. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 9-4. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Welcome back. A few highlights to help tell the story of the game.
When I be on the mic. So all hail the honorable. It's to my real ill heavyweight hitters, go-getters, 50 ways to make figures. They come on the spot to fail sisters like the hair rail spitters, the kids on the ziggas. When it's ugly, then the club is lovely. Thugs be sipping bubbly to my comrade to keep it flaming hot on dangerous blocks, claiming spots where the goal is to be one of the top-ranked soldiers. One of the high rollers, get respect in the hood. Creditors.
Brenton Doyle digging in for the Rockies. And there's a ball. Doyle goes 6 feet 3 inches, 220 pounds, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2019. That misses the zone. Ball 2. And another ball. On the ground, right side. Slings to first. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th.
Up next for Colorado, third baseman Kyle.
And here is Kyle Karros. The Marlins leading by 5, and we're the top half of the 6th. Oh. Outside low, ball 3.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
And there's the automatic. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Marcy on the move to the alley. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 down. Edouard Julien will hit next. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Eury Perez is done. Just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment.
Now pitching for
Righty
the
reliever
Marlins.
out of the pen, Michael
Number
Peterson.
49.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
This one in the air, center field. Marcy under it. And that's the 3rd out. Rockies are down quietly. They trail it here 9-4. Bottom of the inning, and now for the Marlins, Xavier Edwards.
Xavier Edwards.
That one ripped right center field, way back there. That one hops against the fence. Safe at second with a double. Third hit for him this afternoon.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. When you can turn a ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. If he elevates that a little bit more, it's definitely out of here.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Agustin Ramirez, the next up for the Marlins. Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The run comes in from second.
Picks himself up an RBI. That was one of those swings that feels like you're swinging an aluminum bat. It jumped off so hard, squared it up, and it went screaming at 108 miles per hour.
Here's the catcher, Liam Hicks. Bunting, and he pops it up. One away.
Up next for the Marlins, shortstop Otto Lopez.
So now with one away and a man at second. And up next for Miami, Otto Lopez. He's already homered here in this one. Trying to move him over here. Slings to first in time.
Up next for the Marlins, right fielder Owen Casey.
Owen Casey, the next up for the Marlins. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. And he lays one down the left side. Bare hands it. Tough play. But it'll be first and third now. Great effort to get to it, but no real shot at an out.
He was racing down the line and probably didn't assume he was going to be safe until his foot hit the bag and looked up for the umpire. Nice bunt and great hustle to get himself a knock.
So 2 down. Now the left fielder, Griffin Conine. Puts a bunt down. The underhand flip. And it's safe at first. A bunt single. Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Rockies bullpen. Ryan Feltner will depart, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for
So they turn to the veteran pitcher in this spot, Jimmy Herget.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
So first and second with 2 outs. And at the plate for Miami, Connor Norby. Bunting for a hit, and that's just foul. Yo, 1. And that bunted towards third. And that's foul. Now both runners break early. Now the tag at third, and they got him. And that'll keep more runs from coming in, inning over. We're through 6 full. It's the Marlins 11 and the Rockies 4. We go to the top of the 7th. Here's Colorado's DH, Jake McCarthy. Now a very odd decision. They intentionally walked the leadoff guy. So man aboard, and here's the catcher, Hunter Goodman. Odd choice here. They intentionally walk him, and the runner now into scoring position.
For Colorado, left fielder Willie Castro.
Willie Castro digging in for the Rockies. First and second, no outs. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Castro checks his swing. Appeal to third. Yes, he did. That's a swing. The 2-1. That one missed. High fly ball, right field. And makes the grab. Runner tags at second, and he makes it up to third with one away.
Up next for Colorado, shortstop Ezequiel Tovar.
2 on with 1 out. Here's the Rockies cleanup hitter, Ezequiel Tovar. Next pitch way upstairs. And another ball. Next offering in there for a strike. Strike 1. First and third, 1 down. This one high in the air to left center. And he makes the catch. Runner tags for third. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across. It's 11-5.
For Colorado, first baseman TJ Rumsey.
And now the first baseman. Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Michael Peterson done for the day, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for
So the Marlins go with a new arm, Sandy Alcantara. He's making his second appearance of the season. Goodman off of first with 2 away. And now 2-0. That one missed. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it could be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
He swings and fouls one off. Got him looking. That ends the frame. So they scratch across a run, and you're on no hits, no errors, and a man left. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Marlins 11 and the Rockies 5. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
Singy, were you superstitious as a player?
I'd say a little bit, and I wouldn't want to admit it, but I think, you know, you have a good game the next day. You're maybe thinking a little bit when you're putting your spikes on. Which one did I put on first? What did I eat? You know, let me just bring that back into today.
So you weren't superstitious, you were a little stitious.
Yes, I was medium stitious.
Here's the third baseman, Graham Pauley. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. And that's a 1-out single.
Up next for the Marlins, center fielder Jacob
Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Jacob Marcy. First pitch swinging. The 0-1. Line drive, Adam in center field.
Up next for the Marlins, second baseman,
Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. Drops a bunt down the first base side, and that's a foul ball. Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That's got a chance. And that's going to bang against the wall. Hawley around third. He will score. And they're pulling away up by 7 now.
Comes through with the RBI. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been. But obviously, you have to be happy with that result.
Man in scoring position with 2 away. Agustin Ramirez, the next up for the Marlins. Puts a bunt down. Fires to first on the run, and that's a bunt single. That was placed perfectly.
He saw the infield playing deep enough to drop down that bunt, and it paid off for him. Nice execution. He put that ball down the third base line where he knew it would be a tough play. Took advantage right there. Very smart move.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Liam Hicks. And a bunt right side. Puts the tag on him, and that's the inning. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. 8th inning coming up. It's the Marlins 12 and the Rockies 5. We're at the top of the 8th. So in now for Colorado, Troy Johnston. Swing and a high fly ball to left. 1 down.
Up next for Colorado, center fielder
Brenton Doyle digging in for the Rockies. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. Not even close there. Ball 1.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
That one not close. Ball 3. The Fish up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Out number 2.
Up next for Colorado, third baseman Kyle Carros.
Next to hit for the Rockies, Kyle Carros. 3 flyouts already. He's 0 for 3. Swing and a foul out of play. 2 down, nobody on. And that one fouled off. The 0-2. And that's down and away. Got him. That's number 3. Nothing doing for the Rockies. And they still trail by 7. 12-5. Back here in Miami, on to the bottom of the 8th, Otto Lopez getting ready to hit. He's got a chance. And that one is off the wall. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Up next for the Marlins, right fielder.
Mancini, he hit that ball right on the sweet spot. According to StatCast, the exit velo 110 miles an hour.
Yeah, Boog. I mean, that right there is an absolute missile. And he just put a great swing on it, squared it up perfectly. Those are the ones that feel really good.
So up next, Owen Casey. And a sac bunt here. On the run, sends it over to first. In time, got him.
Up next for the Marlins, left fielder, Griffin.
So now with one away and a man at second. And now for the Marlins, Griffin Conine. Bunts it in the air. And there are 2 outs.
Up next for the Marlins, first baseman, Connor Norby.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Jimmy Herget out of the game, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for
On the mound now,
Colorado,
Juan
number
Mejia.
47.
He has a
Juan
great
Mejia.
slider with tons of movement. And here's the first baseman, Connor Norby. Center base hit. Lopez around third. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and it's an 8-run lead.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Digging in, Graham Pauley lays down a bunt to the right side. The flip. He beats it out, and it's first and second on the infield single.
Well, with his speed, he doesn't get a whole lot of those infield hits, but he was giving it everything he had right there.
And now here is Jacob Marcy. Puts a bunt down, and that's a foul ball. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score and not as lopsided.
That is the inning. They get a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. 9th inning coming up. The Marlins have the lead, 13-5. Last chance coming up for the Rockies. We go to the 9th. So in now for Colorado, Edouard Julien. So we get an intentional walk with no outs in the inning. Back to the top of the order. Next for the Rockies is the DH, Jake McCarthy. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman, odd choice here. They intentionally walk him, and the runner now into scoring position.
Catcher Hunter Goodman.
First and second, and nobody out. Now at the plate, Hunter Goodman. A very surprising intentional walk here from the dugout. That loads the bases.
Left fielder Eury Castro.
Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Eury Castro. All loaded up here at the top of the 9th.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in a run. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
Not close with that one. 3 balls, no strikes.
Boog, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. One run is in. Here's the throw to the plate. Safe. In comes the run from second. Our score 13-7. So here's the cleanup hitter, Ezequiel Tovar. In the dirt.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
That one misses, and the count is 3-1.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Swing and a ball popped in the air. That's a base hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single. 13-8 is our score. So runners at the corners. Nobody out. And now the first baseman. The 1-0. And another ball.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
In the dirt, kicks away from the catcher. No advance on the bases, but it's 3-0 now. Here's a 3-0. And that's in for a strike. Runners on the corners, no outs. In there, got him looking for the K. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Next for Colorado, Troy Johnston. Pitch gets away. Tovar up to second, runner at third, hold, so both runners are now in scoring position.
Well, that could end up being pretty costly right there. They had the double play set up as a way to get out of the inning, but instead it becomes a big strikeout situation with two in scoring position.
Second and third here, one away. Now one missed. In for a strike, now 3-1. Finds his way through, base hit. One run across. Another comes in to score. It's 13-10. One out, man at first. Next to hit for the Rockies, Brenton Doyle.
Could use a ground ball here. Up it in the infield. Runner at first base. Get two, get out of this. Hey, partner, how's your scorecard looking right now?
A little dicey, kind of hieroglyphics style at the moment. You know what it's like, Sammy? Remember our trip to London, Yankees and Red Sox in 2019? I think there were, 50 runs scored in the two games combined. My scorecard was ugly for that series. Stays alive.
Yeah, pretty ridiculous. And you use like 5 different colors of pens, so like it's just a mosaic over there.
Yeah, odd choice here. They intentionally walk him, and the runner now into scoring position. First and second, one out. Kyle Carroll's digging in for the Rockies. Ball one there.
This has been a rough inning, but sometimes just got to work through it, save the rest of that bullpen, somehow stop the bleeding.
Not even close there. 2 balls, no strikes. And another ball. Edouard Julien and the Colorado on deck circle. Laboring here, about to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. Up the middle, dive, and he's got it. There's one. The double play ends it right here.
What an exciting finish to this game. An amazing play right there. It's hard for the fans to go home. They want more. They're not ready to leave and head to their cars, but an outstanding job to keep entertaining all the way to the end.
13-10 is how it ends here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB.